Well, tonight, WJCL News is working for you and digging up the legal consequences of a hit and run. If you're involved in one, what exactly should you do? WJCL's Ashley Lyotis spoke to a lawyer today and has more.
Hit and runs are very common, and on a dark road like this in the middle of the night, it could be hard to see a pedestrian or a bicyclist. But regardless, if you're the one at fault or the victim, things don't always go how we'd like them to. Imagine this. You're driving down the street and you hit something. It could have been a deer or it could have been a person. What should you do? Step 1, turn around and find out what you hit.
If a person is injured, they're supposed to call for help or get them to help. And at the same time, they're supposed to notify the police and stand by. That's what they're supposed to do. Sometimes it doesn't always happen.
Sometimes the person at fault may panic and leave the scene, scared of possible criminal charges. But if the driver was following the rules, it's unlikely the driver will face any harsh penalties, especially if the result is death.
If a driver of a motor vehicle strikes a pedestrian and kills them, it's not automatically homicide by vehicle. I mean, the law does allow for accidents to happen.
But if the person at fault leaves the scene, even after following all the rules of the road, that changes.
If they leave the scene of the accident and someone died in that accident, that changes over to homicide by vehicle.
If the driver was under the influence, driving recklessly, or breaking any other rules of the road, a judge could charge the driver with vehicular homicide as well. Of course, if the victim does not die, charges for serious injury could still be filed. If there are no injuries or you hit a parked car with no one inside, it is only a misdemeanor. As the victim, the number one rule, don't chase down who hit you.
First off, you don't know who it is that struck you. For all you know, it could be, an escaped fugitive, a violent criminal, or just someone that's, unhinged. Call the police. Provide them as much information as you can.
Like the make and model of the car, the license plate number, and get contact information from any witnesses. The best thing you can do ahead of time is to have uninsured motorist coverage for property and bodily injury. After a wreck, the best thing either party can do is to stay at the scene and call the police. Reporting in Savannah, Ashley Lyotis, WJCL News, working for you.
And today we learned that Georgia is actually one of just a few states that doesn't allow uninsured motorist coverage to be used to pay for damages from a hit and run. So you're going to want to check with your insurance company for all the details.